Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Possibility Storm puzzle. So this week, we have Possibility Storm number 2 from Ixalan, and this one's a little tougher. It's a rare level. Last time we had an uncommon, so this one might be a bit trickier than last time around. So, just like last time, our plan is I will go over the puzzle with you really quickly, go over the rules, then I'll give you a chance to pause the video and see if you can come up with the solution. And then, after giving you a chance to pause, I'll come back, give you the answer. So what we got this week is a really cluttered board. Opponents at 6 life, they have 4 blockers. We have 4 creatures, including a Reckless Fireweaver and some zombies. Also a Revel in Riches, 6 mana, and a bunch of spells in hand. The important rules are, we gotta win this turn. We can't do any of the, well, we'll do this and hope our opponent doesn't draw anything, then we draw this. No. That's not how Possibility Storm works. We gotta assume that we are dead next turn, and we have to win the game with only what we have on the battlefield and in our hand. So, can you figure out a way to get those last 6 life points off our opponent this turn with what we got going on the battlefield in hand? So take a second, pause the video, see if you can come up with a solution, and then I will be right back in a minute to give you the answer. So did you come up with the correct answer? Let's jump into this scenario. So the important things here are that our opponent's at 6 life. That's the amount of life we have to get off of our opponent. And they essentially have 4 creatures, but not only creatures, they're big creatures. They have 2 creatures that have 5 toughness, 2 creatures that have 4 toughness, including Waker of the Wilds in the 5 toughness camp, which is apparently just a Possibility Storm staple. Been in both puzzles so far. So Gearhulk's a 5/5, Waker of the Wilds a 5/5, Deep-Root Champion 4/4, Kudjar Seed Sculptor is a 3/4. On our side of the battlefield, we got a bunch of little zombies, 3 2/2 zombie tokens, a Reckless Fireweaver, which can deal a damage whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under our control. So that's worth keeping in mind, especially with Revel in Riches, which makes an artifact treasure token whenever an opposing creature dies. So we can maybe get in some fringe damage thanks to Reckless Fireweaver and Revel in Riches. As far as our hand, we have 2 Harness Lightnings, which are a bit sad at the moment. We have 0 energy in our reserve, and we were just talking about how all of our opponent's creatures have at least 4 toughness, so we can't just Harness Lightning any single creature and have it die. We'd have to spend 2 Harness Lightnings on the same creature to kill it, which makes things a little bit sadder. It would be easy if we could just like Harness Lightning a creature, Harness Lightning a creature. Then it's pretty simple to see how we could win if we could do that. On the other hand, we also have 2 6-drops, Burning Sun's Avatar and Noxious Gearhulk, which are kind of removably 6-drops. The problem is we only have 6 mana, so in theory, we can spend all of our lands to cast a single 6-drop, but I'm not sure how that wins us the game. We can Noxious Gearhulk, kill our opponent's best creature, swing with our stuff, we get in extra damage. That's not really that exciting. Same with Burning Sun's Avatar, which is even sadder at the moment, since, like Harness Lightning, it's only 3 damage to a creature, so it doesn't even kill anything as the board currently sits. We also have a Shock, which means we can throw that at our opponent's face to get in 2 points of damage. So somehow, I think this has to involve us attacking. There's no way I can see on this board of us winning without attacking. So option 1 is we just Noxious Gearhulk something. Doesn't really matter what. Our opponent's biggest creature. Let's kill the Verdurous Gearhulk. That kills the Verdurous Gearhulk. When the Gearhulk dies, we get a Revel in Riches token, which is pretty sweet. It pings our opponent for 1 with Reckless Fireweaver. Also helpful, so our opponent's down to 5. We swing with all of our stuff. We hit with Reckless Fireweaver, and then we shock our opponent's face. That's not good enough to win the game. We could double Harness Lightning, but that's kind of just like using Noxious Gearhulk, but using 2 cards from our hand, because we're going to have to spend both to kill a single creature. We could play Burning Sun's Avatar, but like we said, that doesn't even kill anything. So I think, let's look at what happens if we attack. Let's say we attack with the 3 zombies. We gotta assume that our opponent's gonna block. If our opponent chooses not to block, we just win on the spot. We deal 6 damage with our 3 zombie tokens, which are 2/2s. So they're gonna block. Let's say they block 1 of our creatures. They would take 4 damage in that scenario, and we would just shock their face. But we gotta assume they're gonna make the best blocks possible, and they know that they're gonna win next turn. So it makes the most sense that they'll just block. They will block all of our zombie tokens, take 0 damage. Our board will be mostly wrathed away. They'll feel pretty good about where they're at. But what happens if we do that? If we attack with all of our zombie tokens, all we're really gaining from that scenario is we're getting damage marked on our opponent's creatures. So they have 2 5 toughness creatures, which would essentially have 3 toughness when you consider the damage marked on them, and they would have a 4 toughness creature that would essentially have 2 toughness when you consider the damage marked on them. If we attack with everything, that would open up a ton of possibilities. So I think we have to just get damage on our opponent's creatures and hope we can pull together the win from there. So let's say we attack with everything, our opponent blocks with everything, then that opens up our hand to actually doing stuff. Harness Lightning kills things, Burning Sun's Avatar kills things. So let's say we attack with everything, our opponent blocks, we cast Burning Sun's Avatar, and we hit any of the creatures that our opponent blocked with. Doesn't really matter which one, Burning Sun's Avatar will kill any of those creatures. So we deal 3 to that creature, also deal 3 to our opponent, knocks them down to only 3 life remaining. Then, of course, we used all of our lands, but remember, once that creature dies, we get a Revel in Riches token. So we get a treasure, which not only gives us 1 more mana, but it also pings our opponent for a damage with Reckless Fireweaver. So they're down to 2, and that means we have 1 mana left in the form of our treasure, opponent's at 2 life. That's where the shock in our hand comes into play. So we can just throw the shock at our opponent's face and win the game. So basically, the solution to this puzzle is attack with all 3 zombies. If we attack with all 3 zombies this turn, even though our opponent's going to blow up our entire board and it looks really bad at first glance, we're going to win the game if we do that, no matter what our opponent does. If they don't block, they lose. If they block 1 zombie, they take 4, we shock, they lose. If they block 2 zombies, they take 2. We are able to Burning Sun's Avatar, the creature that they blocked with, hit our opponent down to 1, get the treasure token, pings for 1 and they lose. If they block everything, Burning Sun's Avatar, killing the creature, putting our opponent to 3, getting the treasure token, putting our opponent to 2, then using the treasure mana, the 1 last mana left for shock, gives us the final 2 points of damage to close out the game. So if your answer was attack with all the zombies, you're going to be right, because no matter what happens, if we attack with all the zombies, we have the win in hand. So that's the thing we have to do, is slam all of our little zombies into all of our opponent's bigger creatures, not because they're going to do anything on their own, but because we really need that damage marked on our opponent's creatures to open up the other cards in our hand. Anyway, that's been our possibilities dorm for this week. So did you get the right answer? What did you think of the puzzle? Are there any other lines? Sometimes there are multiple lines that can win the game. Are there any other ways? Can you use the Harness Lightnings, the Noxious Gearhulk? Is there another way to piece this together as far as winning the game? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.